Okay, your turn.
So it's my turn then. All right, so here's my story. So I told a joke. I told a really bad joke, and it went down really badly. Okay, and the result was...
So far, so true.
Believable so far. So I told a joke. It went down really badly, and it's... How do I describe it? It went down really badly, and one of the people I told it to then he left the country. That was like... I've never had a joke go down so badly as this. One of the people actually left the country as a result.
You're implying that because of this joke, someone moved abroad.
Because I told a joke.
What was the joke?
And it went down badly. Someone just left the whole country.
Was it similar to the Russian joke? Was it somebody in Russia?
No, not a Russian person.
What country did they leave? Was this in France?
No, he left the United Kingdom. It was in England. He left England.
Well, he wasn't planning on leaving. He was planning on staying.
No, absolutely.
You told this joke and he up sticks and left.
As far as I'm aware, he wasn't planning to leave the country. And then, as far as I know, I told the joke and then his response was to just leave the country. So not only did he not get the joke, it caused him to actually leave the whole country.
Can we hear the joke?
What was the joke?
Well, I should probably put it in context. Because the joke on it... Okay, all right, I'll tell you the joke, all right? So I love having lie-ins, right? I love staying in bed in the morning. I love having lie-ins. I have a lie-in every weekend. I'm the Lion King.
Yeah. Good joke. Yeah.
It's not a bad joke, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Now, the context was that... Okay, I'm a little embarrassed to say that the context was in a classroom and that... it was in an English lesson, and the students were low level. It was like an A1, A2 class, and we were talking about sort of daily habits, daily routines, and get up, go to bed, and have a lie-in was one of the phrases that I ended up teaching them. And have a lie-in was on the board, and we spent a little time dealing with what that means. And obviously, having a lie-in means when you stay in bed in the morning. You wake up, but you don't get up. You stay in bed. Maybe you read a book or go on your phone or something to have a lie-in. It's lovely, isn't it, to have a lie-in?
I've heard of them.
You don't have them anymore because you've got a child.
I thought a lie-in was that you actually slept
late. Stay asleep. Me too, yeah.
You might sleep late. You might fall asleep again, but you probably wake up at like 8 or 9 and you don't get up, you stay in bed and you either fall asleep again or you just stay in bed for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
That's having a lie-in.
Okay.
So this is a nice bit of vocabulary and it came up. And then in my stupid mind, I was like, oh, I can tell my joke now. I'll tell them my lie-in joke. So I said, oh, by the way, everyone, I love having lie-ins. After they discuss, do you have a lie-in? How often do you have a lie-in? And stuff. I said, I love having lie-ins. In fact, I have one every weekend. I'm the Lion King. Like nothing. Nothing. There was about 7 people in the group, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that was a joke. Obviously, you didn't realise. Let me just... I'll explain it, and I...
Sounds like our Russian joke.
It's exactly... It happens to me all the time.
All the time. You stop telling jokes to foreign people.
I can't help it.
Where puns and things are
can't
involved.
help
It's really hard.
I have to try and enjoy my job somehow.
Okay.
And so I wrote it up on the board, have a lion, the Lion King. And I was like, the Lion King. The Lion King? It's a film, Disney, Lion King, The Circle of Life and all that, the movie. And it took probably about 10 minutes, 10 excruciating, painful minutes of me trying to show them what I was talking about. 10 minutes of confusing these poor elementary level students. And it got really bad. And the guy who ended up leaving the country, he didn't get it. And he was confused and despondent. And I could see it was already difficult. Because
Where was he from, this guy?
He was from... somewhere in North Africa. I can't remember which country. I think he was from Morocco or Algeria.
How did you learn that he left the country?
So I told the joke.
You didn't finish the story.
Sorry, carry on.
I told the joke and it was awkward and it was really difficult. And and sort of painful, and it was difficult anyway because it's at that level it's usually quite a struggle, and often you get these experiences where it's just really challenging for them, and they can lose motivation quite easily, and it was already quite difficult, but this joke I think was like it pushed it too far to the point where 10 to 15 minutes of the class was really confusing. And it was near the end of the lesson, and it was like at the end, killed the atmosphere, and it's like, oh God, I lost them. And I was like, okay, so here's your homework for the next class, and just forget about the Lion King, okay? Just not important line. I rubbed it off the board, and see you tomorrow morning, okay? And closed the books, and everyone closed their books and left. And he sort of left the room, and he just seemed despondent. And I was like, see you tomorrow, and he just walked out, and I was like, oh God, that was tough. Next day, I got to school and I was about to, I was getting myself ready, about to go into class. And my boss came in and said, oh yeah, by the way, his name was Islam. He said, Islam, he won't be coming back. And I was like, what? You mean he's moved class? He's like, no, he's left the school. I was like, he's left the school? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what, he's moved to another school? And my boss went, no, he left the country. He's gone home. He's given up. And I was like, oh, God, that joke went down well. The worst response to a joke that I've ever had is that the guy left the country and gave up his English program.
Yeah.
Because the joke was so bad.
The quality of your joke was so rubbish.
So there you go. That's the story.
Now, what are you thinking, Amber?
Nah.
I'm thinking it's bollocks for a couple of reasons.
Yeah. We literally have no more questions for you.
Because I don't know how what else to... I might think of a question here, but a couple of things. One. Sorry. Sorry.
Stop messing with the... with
I'll do that
stuff
one
on the table.
One, I think I think we would have heard about this story a long time ago, considering we talk about the Russian joke every time, and I reckon that if we'd have been like, oh, let me tell you, yeah, but I mean that what happened at the Pan Am when no one laughed about the Russian joke is nothing compared to this.
Yeah,
I'm sure we would have heard about it before. That's my first instinct. But I think there's something. The joke is obviously you've said that joke before in a class, and it's not.
I mean, that sounds like classic Luke. I mean, that is classic Luke joke. Really, quite a good joke, but pitched very unfortunately at the wrong level of student, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder whether I'm trying to, because what was the original statement there was the joke went so bad the guy left the country.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was already going to leave the country.
Well,
the statement was, I told a joke and the guy left the country.
Yeah, but in the statement it was because you told a joke, a guy left the country. I don't think the joke was the reason why he left the country. I think he was probably already leaving the country or something was happening and other reasons, but that you might have... I think either you're being really cheeky and the whole story's true except for the fact that it was because of the joke. Like the next day you came in, the guy, your boss said to you, yeah, he's not coming back, he's leaving the country. And then in your head... You're like, it's probably because of my joke, and then that's become like the folklore thing.
The story is, the events as I have described them are what happened basically, that I told this joke, he seemed really despondent because he was confused, and the next day I was told that he'd left the country.
See, that I'm not...
Those are the... It's
just, I'm not feeling it.
Are those statements... Whether or not it was because of my joke, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. But I told a joke, he seemed despondent, next day he had left the country. So those are the events that you're judging. Okay.
Well, in which case it's probably...
He's trying to make it sound more plausible.
Yeah.
It's plausible because we do know that Luke tells
awful jokes.
Pretty typical Luke joke there.
No, wordplay jokes.
Which people who are learning a language find difficult to understand and come back to him.
In front of 60 people.
Seen it live. Happened. It's become a running joke with us. We just had paracetamol the other day.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to that one.
Come back to that one. But I'm still going to say no. I'm saying no. I don't believe you.
Okay. What part of it then? Well, okay. You don't believe it. All right. Paul?
How many points have you got?
No, he's got one. He's got one.
I've got one. She's got one. You've got two.
You've got two. You're in the lead. It's all down to Schneider.
Okay.
Paul Schneider.
Schneider, man.
Schneider.
So the thing is, what did you say? No.
I said no.
Yeah, if you're right, you'll get a point. But if you're wrong, he'll get 2 points. No, he'll just get 1 point. So then either. But then if I say no as well,
we'll tie break. If you get it wrong, and I get it right, we tie break.
Well, no, because if I say wrong and we both say the same thing and it's right, the story's real, then he's going to get 2 points, which means he's then going to be on 3. I'm going to be on 2, and you'll have 1.
If you get it right, then
I win.
Yeah, it's too complicated to deal with this strategy. Just do you
go
think
with your?
Do you think it's true or
your
not?
I think the events are true. I think it's not because of the joke, but I think that that you told that joke in a classroom. A couple of people were just like, "What's going on?" And the next day, somebody wasn't in your class anymore. I think it's true. I think that's true. I don't think it's if that's the statement that you're willing to go with. I think that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to agree that somebody left the country because of your joke.
Luke?
Okay. Well, it's true.
He wins the points, and he is the winner of the game.
Paul did it. He finally did it.
Has won. Let it be known that on this day, the 20th of March, Paul Taylor
has finally
the
won
Lion
a game
Game.
on Luke's English podcast.
By far. Look at you. 1-1-1.
So the final scores here are that Amber has got 1 point. I've got 2 points.
Loser.
And Paul has come in with 3 points here, emerging as the victor for the first time on the Lion Game here on Luke's English
the first
podcast.
anything
And in fact,
ever.
the first time he's won.
What? You have won things in the
I've
past.
never won
You've got a
any game,
myth.
anything in on Luke's English podcast.
The first time he's won any.
Thank you for having faith in me. I want to thank all the listeners for having faith in me, all the watchers who have always said, "Oh, I wish Paul would win something." Thank you. I have finally won.
You've done it. You've done it.
So there you go. Well done, Paul.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Did you actually find out why he left?
I've no idea why he left. Hand on my heart, I don't know why he left, but I can't help thinking
That it was because
That Lion King.
that was the straw that
because
broke
he was from Africa and you were like the Lion King.
I don't know, maybe, yeah. Or that, I don't know, maybe he kind of got the wrong end of the stick, but I feel like that was the straw that broke the camel's back, that maybe he was like, oh, this is not working for me, I can't do it.
Can't understand.
And then that one Wednesday afternoon from hell was what kind of pushed him over the edge. I
Maybe
don't know.
his visa ran out.
Yeah, or maybe he'd already decided, and maybe he went home and his father was like, so you're leaving now, right? And he was like, but I really like Luke Thompson and his jokes, but yeah, I'm going to leave, father. We don't know, do we?
We don't know.
We don't know.